Hey folks, welcome back to Failure Retirement. So today I thought I'd tell you another story, and I apologize if you're over my BS stories, but a lot of these are things that just make my friends laugh, and it's been kind of going on for a long time, and it's been pretty rainy. You can see a little water in the backyard there. So I got kind of backed up on my projects, waiting for paint days and stuff, and I got a little bit done. Um, I don't know if I can move this. Try to move this without getting too crazy. Where is it? So there's the ramp truck. As you can see, I got a little bit of work done there, but I still haven't been able to paint the wheels on that. Apologize for moving you around. Anyway, today's story. So first of all, a couple disclaimers on this one. This is the one I've been struggling with. Should I tell it? Should I not tell it? I don't want it to come off the wrong way. I don't want anybody to get bothered by it because it is just what it is, a funny story, nothing else. I'm not a victim in this story. It could possibly come off like that, but believe me, I don't see it as me being a victim. In fact, if anything, I think it just encouraged me to try harder and be a better person. And then also, like, this affects other people I know, right? And then no offense to them, none at all. And I'll get that. It's about my classmates in school, and I'll get to that at the end. I'll touch on that a little more, but no offense to any of them, please. So this story, it starts out. I'm in high school. Failures, folks. They didn't have a lot of friends. They just worked way too much and not very personable people. Stayed on the ranch most of the time, but they did have a couple friends. So when I get up in high school, they got this one set of friends they're doing stuff with. I don't know, every month or something, they're doing something. So just like, like I try to stop myself from doing, but I see my friends kind of heading that direction. Every once in a while, the conversation that turns to the youth of today, right? Boy, I try to avoid those conversations or try to stop them when I can because of this story. So, conversation turns the youth of today and how there's very little hope for our future. I'm sure it's the same conversations that my grandparents had with their friends, right? This is just an ongoing deal, generational deal, and only it matters who you are. But the youth of today, just terrible, terrible. There's no way the country can survive. These kids are just not interested in working or managing things. You've heard it, right? So I'm in high school and I'm a listener. I'm not much of a participator. I'm a listener. And then, like, a couple of years go by and it gets up where I'm a senior in high school. And these conversations start. And the youth of today is no good. And you take this high school right now, and I mean, look at this graduating class that's coming up here. Oh, Mrs. Failure makes another cameo. Look at this graduating class coming up here. There's just, there's no hope. There's not one good kid in that class. And I'm like, hold up. Like, I'm right here. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I am right here. And you're saying there's not one good kid in this class? And they just kind of look at me, yeah, sorry about your luck. And I'd be like, oh my God, like, did this just happen? This happened multiple times. Not just once. This happened once a month. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Not one good kid. And as time went on, I questioned him a little more, a little more. Yeah, no, every time. Sorry about your luck. And I would be like, Oh my God. But that's the part right there where I don't consider myself a victim. I easily could be. But I think, honestly, I think it just motivated me to work harder, to try harder, try to make something of myself and prove them wrong. Really, a lot of it comes back to at some point I set my mind to proving them wrong. But then, for my classmates, like some of them are still my neighbors, right? And none of us got very far. Well, maybe a few people did, but some of them still my neighbors today. But like my thing about that to them or anybody else who cares to listen, define success, right? You can find success in many different ways. And I think that everybody I know of in my class has been successful on one level or another. Pretty much all of us have raised a family. We all have decent kids. Some of us went to college, some of us didn't. Some of us are business owners, some of us aren't. A lot of other, I'm not the only retired guy from my class. There's several other people retired. Several people from my class went in the military. Some of them went in the highway patrol. Those highway patrol guys might have been some of the brightest ones amongst us, if I'm being honest, because they put in their 20 and retired once, and they've went out and mostly, as far as I know, got other jobs, and they're looking at retiring for a second time. But anyway, I just wanted to share that class of '83. So I've been telling this story to my friends about the class of '83, and they just think this is hilarious, right? And every time I stumble a little bit or something don't go quite right, they don't hesitate. And their go-to thing is, well, come on, you're class of '83. Nobody expected anything to start with, right? That's their go-to. And I enjoy it. I'm not going to lie. I think it's hilarious, right? But sure gets a lot of laughs from my friends. Most of the people I run with every day are obviously not class of '83. So they really find that amusing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it too. And hopefully the weather will straighten around where I'll get back on some of my projects here pretty quick. Appreciate you guys watching. Have way more subscribers than I ever thought I would have. And anyway, thank you again and have a good day. We'll see you next time on Failure Retirement.